Welcome to NextGear's Track Series. Today, covering the August 31st event at Gingerman Reverse with Rev Match Track Days. Now this is the 11th event of the season and the first time we are taking on Gingerman in reverse, or any track in reverse for that matter. Now this day was a bit cooler than the recent track days this summer, with the high reaching only about 80. Now I had assumed doing the track in reverse wasn't going to be much different than the usual direction, but it was quite surprised to find out how different it was. When you go the normal direction on Gingerman, most of the corners all have a rather narrow turn-in, but then open up as the turn goes on. Well, the opposite of course ends up being true when you take on Gingerman in reverse, meaning most corners have a large inviting turn-in, giving you the feeling that you have a lot of room to pull speed through the corner. But on the other end of the corner it gets narrower the longer it goes on, and you have to fight that urge to give it a bit more gas mid-corner as to not run out of room on corner exit. Now it took me a session or two to get used to it, but then it was a lot of fun and an interesting new challenge in regards to how to approach a corner. What you are seeing now is my second session of the day where I managed a 146th, and next you will see my third session where I managed 3 consecutive 144s, which is within about a second and a half of what I was able to do on the normal direction Gingerman with the M3 a few weeks ago. Now unfortunately my front brake pad wear sensor came on after session 3, which was surprising as I came here with almost 6 millimeters of thickness on my pads, but to my surprise the inner pads were wearing much faster and unevenly, leaving literally 0 pad material on the passenger side pad. Now I have since swapped to blue stuffs in the front to match the rear, and I'm excited to take on Road America with them in a few weeks. Now I'm still working on my camera and data readings, but I'm getting closer to a setup that I think works well. My rear GoPro ended up having an issue on the second video, so there's still some bugs to work out at the last 2 events of the season with the M3. Enjoy the fast lap, and we'll see you next event when I take on Autobahn Full with the S2000.